Once again, we have Noah from the SBA sharing his insights with us on new developments in regard to the SBA Economic Injury Disaster Loan, as well as the Paycheck Protection Program underneath the CARES Act, as well as other resources that we can utilize during these times. How are you doing today?
Hey Wesley, I'm doing great this morning. Thanks for having me. So the U.S. Small Business Administration has made a lot of changes over the past week, thanks to the passage of the CARES Act, which happened just over a week ago now. So a lot has changed since I think the last time you and I talked. And the three items I'm going to talk about are the economic injury loans, which are available from the U.S. Small Business Administration, the Paycheck Protection Program, and also some new policy changes we made about our existing SBA loans that business owners might have. So the SBA, this is, the high level discussion is that right now we're helping business owners get capital into their business to help them float through this period of time when the shutdowns are happening, to keep people on payroll, to meet their expenses, so that when the restrictions are lifted, they can go right back into business. And one of the ways that we're doing that is SBA is directly making financing available to business owners. So this is so rather than going to a bank, rather than going to a lender, you can go directly to SBA through our website, and you can get a low interest long-term loan from the Small Business Administration. And it's like a 15-minute application. You have some information about your business, and one of the items so this is a program that was still operating and that we turned on right away more than a week ago, but the CARES Act allowed us to streamline it, improve it, make it faster, and make it even better for business owners. So that's one of the provisions of the CARES Act for that loan program allows a business owner to get up to a $10,000 advance within a few days from the SBA, even before your loan application has been approved. And regardless of whether you're approved or not, that advance does not need to be paid back.
Awesome.
And the way that that's the provision with the CARES Act that made that program a lot stronger, and that's just an application that's available at sba.gov. And in that case, you're going to sba.gov, you're filling out an application with my agency for it's for more than $10,000. It's for a loan that can be up to $2 million in size, but that advance that was added with the CARES Act is something that can get money into the hands of business owners really quickly, while the paperwork for like a more traditional loan underwriting process is conducted by our agency. So that's the one kind of existing program that was in place before, that I talked with you about, I think a week and a half ago. And since we last talked, there have been two other items that have kind of been added to the list. So the biggest one that's been added to the list is something that's called the Paycheck Protection Program. And so the Paycheck Protection Program is a program that's delivered by banks and credit unions and commercial lenders. So in this case, you wouldn't go to the sba.gov website to access this program. You can find information on our website about it. You can find a list of lenders on our website, but you wouldn't go and find and submit the application directly on our website. You would go directly to a commercial lender. So whether it's your local credit union that you bank with, or that you have a checking account with, or that you might have an existing loan with, We always recommend people start with the banks that they have an existing relationship with, and but SBA doesn't say that you have to do that. You can go to any bank that participates in this program.
Cool.
And the way the program works is it's designed to keep employees on the payroll. An important item to note is that under this program, independent contractors and sole proprietors can also apply for this program. And so you should be counting yourself if you have, if you draw payroll for you as a business owner as well for this program. And you can get a loan from your bank that's participating in this program for up to 2.5 times your average monthly payroll costs. So say your average monthly payroll costs were, we'll just use round numbers, say they were, $10,000 a month on average. Well, then the size of the loan would be 2.5 times that. So it'd be a $25,000 loan. And so long as within 8 weeks of having received that financing, you spend at least 75% of it on payroll costs, then the entire loan will be forgiven. You don't have to pay it back. And then even if you don't do the forgiveness portion of it, that loan has a 1% interest rate and a 2-year term. So it's a very low interest rate, even if you decide that you don't want to convert that into payroll costs, you want to do it, use it for other reasons. So that program is being deployed now by banks across the country. I heard over the weekend, nationally, we were able to get over $10 billion into the hands of business owners over a 3-day period, for a national lending program that just kind of launched overnight. That's kind of incredible. And that's just gonna keep growing really, really, really quickly as more and more banks are, as they get their operations in order to process and submit those applications. So that's the Paycheck Protection Program. And so we got two different financing programs, one from the SBA directly from, you can go to our website, fill out that application. The other from your lender or from a bank or commercial or credit union. And you can apply to both. You can receive both. They're not, and so you have multiple options essentially. The third item I wanted to mention that happened in the past week and a half is that if you had an existing SBA loan from our agency, so whether you had gotten a 7A loan or a 504 loan or a micro loan, if you had any, because we have normal lending and financing programs that during non-disaster times that we're extending to business owners. And so if you had an existing loan from the SBA across any of our programs, SBA came out and we announced that we would be paying the next 6 months of payments on those loans for those business owners. And that's a expense that a business owner isn't going to have to incur. And SBA just unilaterally came out and made that policy change. And that was a way that we could immediately get savings into the hands of business owners who are closed right now. So those are the 3 really big items that have happened in just the past 9 days. So I'll give you 2 answers with that. One is that with especially with brand new programs, we don't have the first applicants that put in their application with the Paycheck Protection Program happened this last Friday. So what is the average processing time? You know, we know what we want it to be. We want it to be as soon as possible. We want it to be within days. You know, we want it to be, you know, to be immediate. But brand new program, and we need to, you know, first get these first applications through to see what that timeline is going to look like. The expectation is that with the Paycheck Protection Program that we're getting financing out to folks within days or within a few weeks. With the Economic Injury Program, which is the SBA's program that is through our website, prior to the CARES Act, the average processing time that we'd have for an application was about 4 to 5 weeks. That would be a full application. Sometimes it was way faster, within a couple days, depending on the size of the financing that was needed. But if you wanted like a, you know, if it was a $2 million loan that you'd get from SBA, you know, it might take longer because we'd want additional paperwork in that case. So that's always a function as well. How much financing is being asked for can, you know, trigger different thresholds of whether additional paperwork is needed. And so that was prior to the CARES Act passing, which had streamlining effects, which had changes to the Economic Injury Loan Program. One of the changes, like we mentioned, was the $10,000 advance. So that payment should be out the door within a few days and direct deposited into a business owner's account. And that's the expectation with that CARES Act program that was added on to the loan that you get from SBA in the past 9 days. The full size of that loan, because the advance is just a loan, the advance is an advance on what is a larger application. So it could be $10,000 advance for a up to $2 million size loan. That process, the average estimated time we have for that is still within a few weeks. So 4 to 5 weeks. The latter, because independent contractors are their own business entities, and so they would be eligible to apply for themselves.